welcome. Today I am joined by another one of my amazing private clients, Katie Beech. Katie has been with me for a while now. She started on my group personal development course, Level Up Your Life, and then joined me for private coaching afterwards. And she is absolutely smashing it. So thank you so much for being here, Katie, and sharing your story so that other people that are maybe where you were can see just what's possible for them in their life. And so we get to celebrate the wins and the success that you're creating at the moment. So what made you come for private coaching with me in the first place?
I think I'd hit my self-esteem had just hit an all-time low. I had lost who I was. I was just, some days I spend all day in bed feeling sorry for myself. I just wasn't me anymore. I was a bit of a really low vibed version of me, and it wasn't fun for me. It wasn't fun for anyone around me. And yeah.
And what impact was that having on your life? How was that showing up day to day?
Yeah. So I think I wasn't enjoying things I'd normally enjoy. Like I said, I'd spend days in bed just feeling sorry for myself. Wouldn't want to take the kids out and do fun things. Yeah, I was just feeling didn't feel good in my clothes, didn't feel good in myself. So yeah, I just wasn't enjoying life.
Yeah. And what had you done before coaching to maybe try and help yourself with this problem, this feeling lost and not really knowing what you wanted to do with your life?
Oh, now we know they weren't good things to do, but I'd rely on others to boost me up, thinking, oh, well, if I do this online shopping, nothing wrong with shopping, but when it's for bad things, I buy loads of new clothes and relied on them to make me feel good. I'd rely on other people, if they, to boost me up rather than actually from myself. So it was all unhealthy things that I did.
Yeah. And because there's always a moment with people just before they might be in a rut like you were, and they've kind of heard about coaching, or they've seen some way that they think they just kind of know might help them. But there's always this barrier between knowing something might help you and actually doing it. So what would you say were your main concerns about having coaching before you decided? Because if I remember rightly, the course had already started, hadn't it?
Yeah, then I got drunk and decided to do it.
It was the alcohol that made you do it.
Katie took that plunge.
Yeah.
I think obviously the cost at first, the numbers sound scary, but I think actually when you realise what you get for your money, there's not a cost on happiness, is there? Enjoy life now. I've got my life back. I'm smashing it. There's not a price on happiness, but I think the cost was a factor that scared me before I did it. And I think the thought of opening all that trauma, opening Pandora's box, digging into it, I thought we just spent hours digging into certain things that had happened in my past and certain traumas, and the thought of that was no, don't want to do that, don't want to go and open that box. But it's really not like that.
So yeah. I remember having a conversation with you a few weeks ago, and you were like, Naomi, I absolutely hated you at the start of coaching. Because I teach about cause and effect, and it can be quite a subject to hear about. So how do
you have to take ownership and realize actually as much as I was with someone who was very negative and who did XYZ, actually I chose to stay there and I chose to put myself in it. So yeah, I hated you because I couldn't be the victim. I had to actually accept that my role in it, and that I could choose whether I'm in that shitty situation or whether I'm out of it.
Yeah. So what is the benefits of not being the victim?
Oh, you take ownership, it's all on you. I don't know what the word, a bit of freedom really, I guess. If you play that, pretend that it's all everyone else and it's not you all the time. I'm not saying other people aren't shitty, because they very much are at times. They can make you feel rubbish, but I can choose whether, if someone's gonna throw knives at me, whether I throw them over my head and like just ignore them, or actually if I just move away and get out of that. Whereas if I'm playing victim, like I'm standing there letting the knives hit me going, oh, woe is me, when actually I don't need to let them knives hit me. I can like either throw them over my head if I want to stay there, or I can just leave.
Yeah. And that's a hard pill to swallow at first, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
it really can be. And you are helping inspire other people now. And so what has happened? Because like we just know, but people watching this won't have any idea, like from being in bed and not wanting to do stuff with your children and being in this relationship where you were getting thrown loads and loads of shit a lot of the time, from being in that position and worrying about the cost of coaching and all the rest of that. Where are you now? What does your life look like now?
Oh my God, so different. Oh my love. I've just been in Liverpool with the girls wearing like this see-through jumpsuit, like living my best life. And I didn't once, like, yes, I gym, yes, I watch what I eat. So yes, my body is in a great place, but my mind's in a great place with it. Like normally I wouldn't be able to wear something like that. I'd be like, oh God, what do people think? Oh my God. And I owned it. Yeah, I'm just, life is so different. Like I've went back and forth with that relationship, and I finally, like a few months ago, I left it. And I mean, I am my own stability now. I don't have to rely on other people. I used to not be good in my own company, and now I love my alone time. I love seeing my friends, but I also am happy to chill on my own. I'm just at this level up here, and everyone can see it. And I'm in the best place. And if someone or a situation isn't working for me, like I'll just say, all right, next.
Yeah, totally empowered. And what's happened in your career?
Well, I work for the NHS, and I've always got my set wage and never thought, oh, money had come in. I get my set wage every month, that is it. And then with you talking about money and manifesting it in, I gave it a little go, had a few wins on the premium bonds. And then I've been thinking for a long time about doing aesthetics, a very long time. And I've just got the confidence to go do it now. I've done my course, I'm up and running, got clients coming in, and now I've gone down from next month, I'm down to 1 day a week at the NHS. Living life.
Like, sometimes I have to pinch myself about that. Someone had said at the beginning, like, because you came to me with relationship stuff.
Oh my God, yeah.
And now we've built like the Katie empire, if you like, and you're only just getting started. Like neither of us had any idea the potential. Like I know that everyone has potential, but we didn't know what that was gonna look like.
No, I thought it'd just make me day to day, like be able to enjoy normal life a bit more, be more present for the kids, be more present in my friends. Not do all this reassurance seeking of everyone constantly. Like I thought it would be those little things that I'd sort out, and actually, oh my God, it's like it has opened Pandora's box, but an insane Pandora's box.
Yeah,
in a good way. Like I thought it'd just do this, but it's like crescendo. Like I could never imagine that I'd be here now with my own business, thriving, loving it. It's just crazy.
And I know I sent you some questions before we started, and I don't know if this one's on there, but what's like next for you now that you've got to this point? Because there's always more. So what's next?
More? I think obviously my business, I've only just started launching it, so just keep going with that. Like keep on being my own stability. Like I always thought someone else would be my stability pole, and that man there, that's your stability. If things go wrong, he's your stability, or my friends, that is it. But I'm my own stability. Obviously love my friends and they're amazing, but I keep myself stable. Just the world's my oyster, isn't it? I don't really know. I'm just going to keep leveling up and attracting in the things that I'm attracting in my life right now are just insane. Like, I didn't think men that tick every single one of your boxes existed. I thought, well, if they tick this box and that box, then you don't get this one. But they actually do.
Yeah.
And
so if someone watching this is like where you were at the beginning, what advice would you give to them now to help them from where they are?
Have that tequila shot, text Naomi, take the leap, like just do it. Like, the longer you leave it, the longer you're sitting in this low vibe and this life is what you make it. Like, you can have, like, yeah, things have changed in my life, but the basics haven't. I've changed, but everything else is still the same. I've changed. So you can just, it's what you make it. You can love, when people used to say to me, you can love yourself before you love anyone else or let anyone else love you, I was like, oh, what a load of trash. I was like, oh, love yourself. But it's so true. It's so true. Like, just do it. Take that leap. Do it. Yes, it might sound like a lot of money when at start, but it's really not. There's no price on happiness. Like, I would not have been sat here like doing a Zoom interview last time. I'd have been like, I can't do that. And here I am, like setting up my own business, doing this interview, like calm as a cucumber.
I know. I love it. You're actually glowing.
I literally have the last 2 weeks, so many people have come up to me and been like, you are literally glowing. And I was like, I'm definitely not pregnant, don't you worry, guys.
Different kind of glow.
Like, people are like, I can literally see the light shining off you. Like, you are a different person. Like, and whoever's watching this, like, you can have that too. Like, it's not just me, I'm special. I'm not special. You're special too. Everyone can have this. Everyone can be happy if they want to be happy. Happiness is internal. Like, it is there. You just need to make the moves and you've got it.
I love that. And if you could go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice, maybe like 2 years ago, a year ago, what one piece of advice would you give yourself?
It would have been like, don't debate and doing this. Like, just go and do it, girl. Like, you are worth it all. Like, you don't need to sit in that like shitty relationship. Like, you don't need to sit where someone does not see your worth. You don't need to be around people who bring you down. Like, yeah, you don't need to sit there. You can sit in happiness. Why sit in the slums when you can sit in happiness?
Yeah, absolutely. And I just really want to impress upon people that Katie has really had to go through. I know you keep calling it Pandora's box, like some really low points. And like, I don't want people watching this to think, oh, it's all right for her, it's easy for her.
Oh, no.
Like, no.
I wasn't like this like a year ago, 2 years ago, like before I met you. Oh God, no. I was like, yeah.
You've really worked. Yeah. You've like, I couldn't applaud you enough. Like, I've really seen you work. I don't want to say harder than most people because everyone has their stuff, but I'm honouring and publicly saying here, like, I acknowledge what you've had to overcome to start your own business, to move on from the relationship, to get to the weight that you love and exercise and eat good and show up for yourself. Like, I really want to commend you publicly and honour how much you've had to do. It's not many people do it, and it's not like work. So well done. Thank you for being amazing, and thank you so much for sharing your journey, a small part of your journey, with anybody that might be considering having some coaching. Thank you so much.